Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Site Delta, we have our Protoss player in the red for Twisted Minds. It's Classic. And his opponent in the lower right-hand corner, it is our blue Zerg player, Shin. He's still playing for Bleed Esports? No, he's on the GG clan. Oh no, he was on, what was it? Chickenman Gladiators? Is that what it was? Yeah, Chickenman Gladiators. Nice. All right, Stargate opener. Third hatch going down here for Shin. Looks like things are all normal. Everything's normal here. The one last thing I'll say about Stormgate is that I think the reason that a lot of the people involved in the scene have been so big on supporting it and have been hyping it up so much is because we have trust in the people that are developing it. Oh, it's such a nice move, the Evo Chamber. I will say, having interacted with and met a lot of the people at Frost Giant, I trust them that they're doing their best to make that game as good as they can. And that means more to me than like literally anything else. That I know they want to make the game as good as it can be, rather than like Blizzard, who I assume only wants to make money and makes good games because it makes them more money, but will happily make a bad game for money. I'm so much more interested in supporting Frost Giant to make the game as best as they possibly can. Morheim and his holding company are also consulting with them. Yeah, I feel like I saw something about that. And, you know, it just goes to show that the people that work together at Blizzard that are no longer there, they still want to make great games. They're only still in this, like, Mike Morheim, he doesn't need to do any of this. he just like, he doesn't. That dude could go live the rest of his life so happily not doing this, and that's true of like a lot of the people involved in these new game dev studios. They absolutely do not need to do this. And that tells me that they're doing it because they want to make something good. Like, this is the only reason at this point that makes any sense for them to be doing this. And that's a lot more exciting to me than, you know, just I don't know, another big studio making an RTS. I mean, at this point, every RTS is being made for the love of the game, because these things ain't making any money, so it's somebody's passion project. But it also makes it a lot harder to develop, right? A big money-making game, this would be so easy to get the resources you need. And RTS also requires a very significant amount of resources to make, compared to a lot of other games. All right, let's see. How much damage have these oracles done? I got to talk about this game a little bit. 8 drones so far. Looks like a few lings went down on the other side of the map. A couple of overlords. So Classic getting some value out of this. Keeping the oracles alive is always really nice. As shit is heading towards roaches. He's got melee on the way, so I'm guessing Lingbane Ravager is going to be more or less the go-to here. Classic, in the meantime, he's got Charge on the way. Templar Archives coming up, so pretty standard stuff. Classic was big on the Glaive to Depths pretty recently, so see where he's going from here. It's 4 more drones go down. Is that 12 now? 12 drones and a good bit of lost mining time as well. And yeah, Classic's he's had a real nice advantage this whole game so far on the economy, with all of the lost mining time and all these dead drones. And he's going to try to take advantage of that immediately. The Ling will spot this warp in And Shin's just got to build units and units and units right now. He's got a lot of open supply. He's just got to spend every dollar that comes in. He's got roaches on the way, lots of roaches, but they're not going to have any upgrades because it was a +1 melee opener. So these Lings will have +1 attack, but they are going to get absolutely minced. This is an anti-Ling army. The roaches need to come out. The Queen's coming down as well, trying to maybe find that Warp Prism. It's a really nice positioning for Shin. There's no force fields here. More Warpins coming through. The Prism's about to die, though. The Zealots will come through, but a lot of roaches. Yeah, I think this is going to be plenty for Shin to hold. Classic is just walking into the meat grinder. I'm really surprised he continued with this attack. He absolutely did not need to push in there, but I don't think he had vision on the high ground to see how many roaches had come out. And once he's in there, he really can't leave. And now Shin, who's just been building roaches this whole time, he's going to morph a couple Dropper Lords and bring the Queens with this. He is just counter pushing immediately. He's got +1 missile attacks finishing up, and these roaches are just going to run straight across the map. He does have the Infestation Pit, so behind this he could try to get to Hive. Does not need to commit to this, but I do think he needs to get some amount of damage done because Classic's got a 4th base. They are on even bases, relatively even workers. Shin needs to get some damage done here. Oh, there's some nice force fields to start things off. That front line of roaches is going to take a lot of hits. Trying to use the Ravager morph to help out. Oracles come in to fight, but the Queens will drop out here as well. Force fields, though, still bottlenecking this up. The Ling reinforcements can't get in. Classic just trying to buy time. He's got 3 Immortals down here. Super Shield Battery turns on. The Pylon stays alive for just a little bit longer. I think Classic might barely have enough to hold here. These Immortals are doing God's work on the back line. Is it going to be enough as they dive forward into the Ravagers? More Lings coming in, though. Another Immortal shows up. Immortals trying to get back to the Shield Battery. They're living a little bit longer. Oh, the Bile's taking out those Warping and Zealots so nicely. It looks like Classic will push this back, but he has dropped significantly in supply. He's still down 40 supply here as he pushes his army back. Now, again, though, he didn't do any economic damage. Shin, that is. So Classic, he can start probing up this 4th base a little bit. Got to be careful, though. Oh, he's going to get caught out here. These Immortals, is there a Warp Prism around? It doesn't look like he's going to recall, but they both go down. Classic making a massive blunder there. Maybe not expecting Shin to be out here. And Shin's going to dive right on in. He's going to bile down that Archon. Takes it out. The Shield Battery's out of juice. Overcharge turns on. The battery gets taken out by the Biles, and Shin is going to be able to push through here. The Ling reinforcements should be able to clean the rest of this up. GG gets called. Shin takes game number 1. Classic, I think, just attacking directly in at the absolute worst spot. Unfortunately, taking a really unnecessary fight there. Like, he had a 4th base coming up behind that. I don't know. Maybe he thought Shin wasn't really ready for that fight, but Shin absolutely was ready for that fight. And ready for the counterattack as well. Tread redeeming a Yeehaw on... unfortunately, it is too late here for me to Yeehaw. It is... I've pushed my luck with my neighbors and the noise that I have made enough that I don't want to risk a late night Yeehaw. But I will... Yeah, I don't know. I wish I had a Yeehaw button. I will happily give you your points back for a future Yeehaw redemption. Just say go Texas. I'll just give you a little tiny little yeehaw. That's a yeehaw for you. But you will get your points back. A Kickstarter for sound insulation. God, you know how much that would cost? That'd be insane. Honestly, the sound insulation is like, it's really good here. I never hear anything. Almost anything through these walls. But my yeehaws are incredibly loud. So I don't think my neighbors yell at all, which is why I don't hear them. I'm very loud though. Also, I will say I have a sore throat tonight. I'm hoping I'm not sick, but I feel like I might be getting sick. We're hoping. Fingers crossed. On the not sick. I have been thinking about like recording some vocals in here though. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to do that during the day, not quiet hours. I almost got the mosquito. Lost him now though. Damn it. This dang mosquito, these dang bugs. I'm being Zerg rushed, chat. I'm being Zerg rushed. You're hitting me with mutalisks. Just one muta flying around, but unfortunately I'm a zealot. God damn it. I'm gonna throw my back out trying to get this mosquito. What is happening over here? I'm trying to get a mosquito and... What? Classic is just blocking this third? What is he putting down a gateway? What is happening? Did that adept kill 2 drones? I'm so confused. Oh my god, this adept is coming up. This gateway needs to get canceled. The micro! Wild. Well, finally the gateway goes down and Shin's now allowed to take his third, but he's already taken the other one. Which I assume was Classic's plan? But why would Classic care so much? I don't know. I feel like Classic put so many resources into that. This has not been a good trade for him by any means. And the Oracle's going to get chased away immediately. Double Oracle's going to come in, but there's no drones at this base. Except for that one. They get a couple kills. Get a couple kills. Classic, pretty good at finding damage. Even at the worst of times. And a blink follow-up this game. Alright, okay. Good handful of links come in. The oracles are out to play, so a couple of adepts go down. Classic will push them away. They're not going to kill the third or anything like that, but still annoying. More links on the way. This is going to be a big Blink Stalker commitment for Classic. 5 gateways in production. Classic's going to be warping in a lot of Blink Stalkers. And it looks like right now it is just Lings on the battlefield for Shin. And while Lings can be good against Blink Stalkers, if Classic's able to get enough of them up, the Lings no longer do particularly well against them. This is really nice, though. Oracle's going to have to turn back on, but he kills the shield battery. Doesn't quite get that Stalker, though. Oh, Blink is not quite done yet, and his Stalkers are getting caught. I was like, oh, they'll just blink away. They will not. They will not just blink away. And what was that? 2 of them went down. This is a lot of lings that have been sacrificed, though. 23 lings have gone down, but it's still been worth it. Look at this trade. Really fantastic trades here for Shin. Again, though, the worker count has been the same, so the income has actually been Classic favored again this game, which I feel like is potentially a problem here for Shin. Got his 4th base up now. He's going to go for the Rich Vespine Geyser here. Oh my god, these lings getting in on top of this. The Stalker's going to blink back onto Creep. He's going to go for the recall, but 1, 2, 3 of them go down before those Stalkers get out of there. Have to join up with their friends. Uh-oh, Classic. Classic, open the door. Okay, all right. Or just blink over the door. But now the lings run all the way around into the 3rd base. The Stalkers are nowhere nearby. The Oracles will turn on. They will not kill this nearly fast enough. Recall is not available. And this is going to be a lot of potential damage here. The Stalker's doing a great job buying time, though, in the meantime. Stalker's on the other side of the map. Blinking in. They're going to kill both of those queens immediately and dive in on top of this 4th base while Classic is having a lot of damage done to him. He's trading out a lot of lings for it. And he's going to be able to kill this 4th base. Now, Hydras are coming out in mass right now for Shin. He's got a much more sturdy army behind this. Is this good for Classic? He lost 16 probes, but he keeps his 3rd alive with a 4th base finishing up. He still has all of his Blink Stalkers. He only lost like 2 Blink Stalkers over here. So his army size is still quite nice. He killed a lot of Zerglings, which were crucial for turning into Banelings. So Shin has to remake those while he's down this base. It's 3 base to 4. I think I really like this for Classic, to be honest with you. He's getting into Storm now. That's the really big thing here for Classic, because he doesn't have anything that deals super well with the Hydras. Blink Stalkers can do okay with them if there's a lot of Blink Stalkers, which there are, to be fair. There's a lot of Hydras out as well, too, and they're going to have a good amount of lings to buffer with some Banelings as well. I think Storm's going to be crucial here. So if Classic can get these High Templar up to 75 energy, honestly, a Chrono on this Storm would be real nice right now. Oh, looks like he just canceled this. He just canceled that Nexus, so he didn't even bother trying to hold it. Storm is not done yet, though. This timing for Shin could be really nice. Can he get in there? Oh my god, those are slow Banelings. He's just running them in. Oh, there's Banelings from the backside. Never mind. Storm is never going to happen. And I think Shin might have hit just at the perfect time, just before Storm was done. That 4th base never got finished, never got to kick in. And these Hydras, I think, are going to clean up enough Stalkers for the Ling reinforcements to really do it. And here they come. The Lings spilling in. This 3rd base is in a lot of trouble here as the probes are turning around to fight. I think even if Classic holds, he's going to have so little behind. As GG gets called, Shin takes the 2-0 victory over Classic.